So first one we're going to have a look today at is a rose. I'm going to try and kind of include a bit of descriptions whether I know the coin or not, because sometimes you ask me for coins, I have absolutely no notion what they do. Sometimes I trade them and I don't really even care what they do. All I look at is a nice looking chart and I just want to make money on it. So I'll try and give you a little description so maybe you guys then have a better idea. There's a lot of techie language here for Rose, but as we know, it is a layer one blockchain network, low gas fees, security, next generation foundation for Web3, power, DeFi, game fee, NFTs, metaverse, data tokenization, and DAOs. Why I look at Rose is because I see a lot of potential in this. I think layer ones will have their time back again. It did have a nice recovery all the way since January, but we know that most of the market has already started pulling. A lot of it already has pulled. And as looking at Rose here in the technical analysis, we are seeing this double top and Rose reversing back. I would be when I zoom in anyway in a second, guys, you'll be able to see that it broke that trend line and broke that uptrend. Similarly, where we saw this downtrend, it broke, retested, and had a nice pump. It went all the way from around 3 cents up to near 8 cents, giving up 156 move. Now, comparing to some other coins that I've done, even 20x, I know this is not overwhelming, but if you're looking for a more safer investment, I suggest definitely look at Rose. It's it would be a nice asset, I think, to keep an eye on, and potentially, you know, see it go hopefully all the way back up to all-time high. Even if it doesn't, looking at average buy from here around 5 cents, if this comes back up to this level, and that was a key level, I think I had that marked based off the fibs, that's about 180% of your investment. This is being moderate here, guys. I don't like overhype. I don't like the overpromise. I hate saying, oh, this is going to the moon, this is going to give you 100x. You definitely need to get into Rose. You know, based on my predictions, this is going to go to at least $1 or higher. Maybe just make your money, take that investment out and see what happens later. Don't be a silly peach with, you know, crazy assumptions and crazy expectations and then just don't see it happen, right? So being very technical here, we're seeing on the weekly here the M that's been given. So second time you had a chance there to come back down to this support, buy a bag, and then see it retest the highs, make your money. And that's what traders do. If you're not a trader, you accumulate and then sell at whatever level you want. RSI on the weekly, it's giving lovely higher lows. It's retesting in around 48 mark. Price, I am expecting it to come back down to these lows here, and would be amazing to see it stay above 5 cents. But I'm not going to say, guys, this doesn't have any possibility of going lower. I would even put bids as low as around 4.5 cent. Something again I want to point at as well for everybody that is sometimes looking at, all right, this is her levels, these are her levels, I have to pick it to a cent. Front run me, or you know, just look at it from your own perspective. Where do you think it makes most sense for you to buy? If your order misses, tough cookie. Okay, go look for another trade. Or else get in at another confluence and you either buy a little higher when you have a conviction that it's after breaking out, or wait. You know, that's how you kind of have to approach this. There's no need to panic. I think this is going to hit. Most of the time, my targets are pretty spot on, and the wick will go to the exact spot. But it has happened where some of the trades we've taken in the Discord recently, but they were scalps. The sell orders, the targets missed by a couple of cents, but it didn't really, you know, take away from the fact that the money was there to be taken. So it's up to you to pay yourself, right? Anyway, back to Rose, because I want to have a look here, obviously, at one of the main indicators we look at, and it is 8 and 21 EMA, how that's shaping up, and what it's looking at like at the minute. So because of that double top and this weekly candle opening below that, like I said, I would be looking for some lower buys for Rose. If you wanted to ladder in buys in around 5 cents, 5 to coming back down to about 4.8, and even all the way down to 4.4, 4.5. These would be still within a nice bullish formation, even though we would be closing below the 8 and 21 EMA. They were trying to cross bullish here. We had a pump and came back down, back again, now losing this support. Market is looking shaky. It's not going to be a surprise to see more corrections. We've had a pump, or we've had a second reversal here. You could have made money if you, even if you didn't catch this bottom, you got in back in here. That would have been another 50% on top of your 100%. Like I said, again, it's very hard to catch the bottom, very hard to catch the top, but be reasonable with your bags. If you see a nice you know, move, whether it's a spot bag or scalp bag or day trade, don't get too greedy. You know, smaller gains more often will definitely amount to a lot more than you waiting for unrealistic targets. So just back, sorry, I'm going to get rid of this for a second, have a look at all the other EMAs. So we are in the cloud. The 50 acted as that resistance on the weekly. I like to look at the 50 EMA. I say it a lot. Obviously, looking at this red vector candle here, if Rose comes up and goes up near that 10 cent, it would be somewhere around here. I think like I said, this would be a very reasonable target. Nothing too greedy to look for when we reverse, but slowly and surely, guys, you know, as you start buying and you see a reversal, start shaving off those profits as well. Unless you are a true Rose believer and you want to stay in this trade for years, that's a different kettle of fish. Alpha trend on the weekly, we are trading below the track line, but I'm going to zoom in. I want to check on the daily how. So we are definitely losing that strength here, and as you can see, that trend line was broken. We're losing that strength. Rose is going to correct. Yeah, a bit of a bummer, because we are looking here now at this 50. We were below 50, we were below 200. Losing that week. That week has opened not great for Bitcoin, for alts. Looking for lower buys. Looking for lower buys on Rose. I have the levels marked here, guys. All these are going up on YouTube. I'm going to be posting them as well on Twitter, and charts. the detailed charts are going to be posted in the premium Discord for all the guys that have requested these. I think for now, guys, this is what I'd be looking for in terms of rows. Just to kind of like, you know, give you a little bit more bullish bias, let's say. Look at this line, reverse here. But I'd be still hoping for those lower buys. But again, guys, you can really front run me if you want. It wouldn't be the end of the world to see Rose come back to 5.2, 4.8, so in around the 5 cent mark. 4.5. I wouldn't like to lose this completely on the daily and weekly chart anyway, on the long term. So that's it for Rose. I think it's one that hasn't been talked about in a while. Keep an eye on it though, because it looks like a nice long-term investment, long-term project to keep an eye on. All right, so that's Rose for you guys.